Hello, my dear student. As you remember, last week we learned how to become weather experts by checking and reading and describe a graph. Today we are doing our level 2 of analyzing a graph. What I want to show you at first is make a little review of what we have learned. We learned about temperature going up, increase, and the verbs to use to express it, reach and rise to. Then we learn about temperature going down, decrease, and the verbs to use to express it, fall to, drop to. Remember that reach verb does not want the preposition to. Now, by looking at the graph below, we can complete the correct word that is explaining these graphs. Now, I'm looking at the first. Is the temperature going up or down? So the graph shows an increase or decrease. The graph shows an increase. In April, the temperatures reaches going up or falling going down to 16. By looking at the arrow here, we can realize that they are going up. So we decide that the verb is reach. This graph is about temperature going down. It's about time from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. So the graph shows increase or decrease. At 3 a.m., does the temperature drop or rise? Drop or rise? Third picture, we are seeing temperature going down again. So it's an increase or decrease. How about Monday? Is the temperature falling or reaching, going up? At the fourth graph is like the first, it's temperature going up. So is it an increase or decrease? And how about December? Is the temperature rising or falling? Today, we are also learning about different kind of graphs. What is a graph at first? We use graphs to show numbers or data. When we look at a graph, we can see the most interesting information quickly and easily. When we write about graphs, we choose most interesting information. When we do this, we often look at the highest and lowest number. Now, I prepared three kinds of graph for you. The first one is a cake graph. It's about student, the number of students sleeping, the number of students doing homework, the number of students missing schools, and the number of good boy students. Here we have the numbers of students sleeping and the numbers of students doing homework. 10A and 9B. Look at the difference. Here we have the number of students sleeping, the numbers of students doing homework, and the number of students at Yas Look. It's just a joke for you. We have a bar, a line, and a cake graph. Cake graph, bar graph, line graph. Now, let's look at the two graphs here. At first, what country do they show information for? I'm reading it for you. This is a graph. What kind of graph? This is a graph. What kind of graph? And there is a name. First graph shows rainfall in millimeters over 1 year in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. The second graph is temperatures in degrees centigrade over 1 year in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. So, what is the country of the information? Graph 1. Did you realize what is showing? Is it showing temperature or rainfall? Sorry. It's showing rainfall, isn't it? The options are degrees, temperature in degrees, rainfall in millimeters, and number of hurricanes. We can read here very easily, and we can see also here the measurements, millimeters. This is the same for graph B. Is it temperature in degrees, rainfall in millimeters, or number of hurricanes? We can see the measurements here. Now, you can realize here what is the period of the graph. I'm checking now and I see from January to December. From January to December. Is it 1 day, 1 month, or 1 year? And when I explain to you the different kind of graph, is this a line graph or a bar graph? Is this a line graph or a bar graph? Do you remember how I explained? Cake graph, bar graph, and line graph. Second exercise for you. What do I want here? I want you to check this graph and write the data for the temperature and each month here. Then check this graph and write the data for the rainfall for each month here. By looking at the table then, I want you to write which is the month with the highest temperature, which is the month with the lowest temperature, which is the month with the most rain. You will need to look at this. It's very easy. Which is the month with the least rain. And anything interesting in the graph? After this, I have a task for you. I want you to choose a city in your country or abroad and prepare a graph, can be a line graph or a bar graph of the temperature and the rainfall. 2 graphs then. Then prepare a table with information for each month and send it to me, Mrs. Elvie. I repeat and I explain. Choose one city. For example, I choose Rome. I make a graph about the rainfall, a graph about temperatures. Then I make a table with the data, and after that I send it to myself. I hope this is very easy for you. I hope you will watch it, of course. Please do this because on Thursday I will check your exercises. Have a very nice day and see you.